I'd like to call to order the Village of Gurnee Planning and Zoning Board for this Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. Could we have roll call, please?
Bow.
Still here.
Garrity.
Here.
Nordentoff.
Here.
Paff.
Here.
Pasak.
Here.
Riley.
Here.
Sula.
Present. We do have a quorum. Thanks, everybody, for their patience. If everyone would please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, as permitted by state statute, some of our commissioners and some of the petitioners will be participating remotely via Zoom. This meeting is also being broadcast live on YouTube in listen-only mode. Next item on the agenda is the approval of our minutes from the meeting that was held on December 2nd. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns?
The only thing I noticed was they show me as remote. I was here.
Okay.
Any other comments? Then a motion to approve as amended for Mr. Paff's comment would be appropriate.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Bow. Roll call, please.
Bow.
Aye.
Garrity.
Aye.
Nordentoff.
Aye.
Paff.
Aye.
Pasak.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Sula.
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a minor sign exception for Northwestern Medicine located at 6155 Route 132. Clara?
Yep. Northwestern Medicine is requesting a minor sign exception to allow the height for lowercase lettering in the main business name to be less than the 6-inch requirement. The lowercase lettering will be 4 1/4 inches tall, and the uppercase lettering will be 6 inches tall, meeting code. A minor sign exception can be granted by the Planning and Zoning Board if they find that the number, size, design, and placement of all proposed signs within the development are consistent with the stated purpose of the sign regulations. The Planning and Zoning Board has the final decision-making authority in this matter.
Okay, thank you. Is there someone from Northwestern?
Yes.
Yeah, hi,
It's
my
remote.
name's Ron Powers. I'm a Director of Planning and Construction with Northwestern Medicine. We feel the sign is appropriately sized to be legible from the road, and it's also appropriately, the sign is very close to the building, and we feel it's appropriately scaled. To make the sign bigger to accommodate this minimum size, I think the sign would sort of like overshadow the building. We do have other signage on the building identifying it as a Northwestern Medicine facility.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from members of the Planning and Zoning Board? I'll start with Tim.
No questions.
Dave?
No questions from my end. I support the request.
Laura?
No.
Josh?
No questions on my end. I support the request as well.
Edwin?
I'm good with it.
I have no issues either, so a motion in the form of an approval would be appropriate.
I'll make the motion.
Go ahead, Josh.
Motion to approve the petition of Northwestern Medicine located at 6155 Route 132 for a minor sign exception to allow the height of the lowercase lettering in the main business name on the ground sign to be less than the 6-inch requirement.
Do we have a second?
Second.
I'll give a second by Ms. Riley. Roll call, please.
Bow.
Aye.
Garrity.
Aye.
Nordentoff.
Aye.
Paff.
Aye.
Pasak.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Sula.
Aye, motion carries. So that's all that's required on that one. Thanks for your patience, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You too. Next item on the agenda is a public hearing, a petition of Anthony Buick GMC, Inc. for property located at North Ridge Plaza, 5589 North Ridge Drive. Clara?
Anthony Buick GMC, Inc., an Illinois corporation, is seeking special use permits to allow exceptions from the following articles of the zoning ordinance on property located at North Ridge Plaza, which is at 5589 North Ridge Drive. 1. Article 5.4.1, C2 District Design Standards. 2. Article 8.2.29, Use Standards for Vehicle Dealerships. 3. Article 10.1.3, Exterior Lighting Standards. And 4. Article 12, Landscaping and Screening. The applicant is also seeking a variance for lighting levels exceeding 50-foot candles. The subject property is zoned C2, Community Commercial District, and is completely surrounded by C2 zoning. However, there are R2 residentially zoned properties located on the other side of a 100-foot wide outlot immediately south of the subject property. In regards to the requested items, the Planning and Zoning Board will make a recommendation that will be forwarded to the Village Board for their determination.
Okay, thank you. As this particular matter is a public hearing, I would request anybody from the petitioner or members of the general public who intend to give testimony or ask questions to please stand and be sworn in.
Very good. Anybody, even remotely or present, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I'll turn the floor over to the petitioner. And as you speak, if you can just tell us your name and affiliation for the record.
Sure. My name is Jerry Mortier. I'm an architect with the Redmond Company, working with Bill and Jason.
Can
I
you
think you need to
maybe
get
just get a
closer.
little closer to
You
the
need to get
microphone?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
We're good? All right.
You can take your mask off in the middle of the room.
There we go.
Thank you.
Just to briefly go over the changes that have occurred on this set of drawings since the last time you've seen them last month. We can start with the exterior elevations. One of the concerns with the elevations was that west facade toward the rear of the facility where it was not much architectural interest. What we've done is we borrowed some of the architecture from the front facade, the black band that's currently around the showroom, and carried that back toward the rear of the facade. So previously, the eye would start at the showroom, carry back to the rear of the building, and just kind of get lost in that bland facade toward the rear of the building. Now with this additional accent element, the eye still starts at the showroom, but it carries through to the rear of the building, and then the eye circles back around. That accent band is intended to be a different color, obviously, different texture, and a subtle recess from the primary facade, maybe an inch or so. There are some additional clear story windows that have been added within that band. So that's the primary change on the elevations. On the landscape plan, the directive that I gave to our landscape architect was to focus the tree counts to the southern border, to put as many evergreens as he can along that buffer yard to the point where it's too many trees that are being planted today, as they mature, will need to be thinned out. So day one, we're going to have an abundance of evergreens planted back there. It'll be a combination of white fir, black hill spruce, which once they reach maturity will be between 20 and 50 feet tall. We did add additional trees along North Ridge Drive, and then this plan does have quite a bit more detail regarding the shrubbery on the perimeter and interior islands. But a lot of the emphasis was to take that tree inventory that's missing from the front and try to pack as much of it to the south as we can to enhance that buffer yard. And then for site lighting, we didn't make many changes here with the exception of lowering the pole heights toward the rear of the property. That was one of the comments that was raised last time. So everything south of that blue line, those pole heights have been reduced to 15 feet. We're still at 25 to the north of that, but everything to the south is at 15. And then shields have been placed on all of the fixtures around the perimeter of the site. So those are the changes to the site lighting plan. I know there's some discrepancy with our foot candle layout regarding the light loss factor. It wasn't calculated correctly, but we're going to stick those foot candle readings regardless of the light loss factor, so that way day one, when these fixtures are turned on, we meet these foot candle levels and do not exceed them. So those are the changes we've made. Thank you.
Did you want to talk about the lighting levels interior to the site? the lighting levels interior to the site.
Exceeding the foot candle levels on the interior, what we have designed, it hasn't changed from the initial layout. It's consistent with a typical car dealership. It's, of the last 20 or 30 dealerships I've done, these are the levels we typically try to achieve for a dealership. The emphasis is always try to enhance the foot candles along the front of the showroom. A lot of times, the manufacturer is putting some nice paint jobs on these vehicles, so the better we can light them, the better it enhances the sales and the presentation of the vehicle. So we always try to get the foot candles bright along the front showroom. More toward the back, we'll decrease those foot candles down to a level that's appropriate for safety and security.
Thank you. All right, I'll go to comments from the members of the Planning and Zoning Board. Dave?
Yeah, I wanted to get clarification on the lighting topic. I think you just testified that all the perimeter lighting will be shielded, and if I read the plan as it was submitted, I believe the shielding is shown on here really kind of just aligning with that dark line, that it really, in fact, is not the entire perimeter. Can you clarify that, please?
My understanding, it'll be the entire perimeter. All perimeter fixtures will have the shielding on the backside.
Okay, great, thank you. Two other comments that I'll just make. I do think this is a significant improvement over what we were given to look at last time. I'm especially appreciative of what's been added to the perimeter at the north side, which was basically void of much, if any, landscaping really. So I think this is much more balanced, and I'm appreciative also of the evergreens being located to that south, giving those folks that are bordering that southern part of the property 12-month a year screening from it regardless of what happens. So I am appreciative of that, and also the enhancement to the west side. I think that's a better detail that's been added as well. So that's all I had at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Josh?
No comments from me. I would echo what Dave just shared.
Okay, thank you. Laura? We still have Laura?
I think she's just still on
Oh,
mute.
she's talking, she's muted herself. So Laura, can you unmute yourself?
Oops, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we obviously didn't hear anything you said.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I don't have any real questions. I just want to make sure that they had said that the peak traffic time for car dealerships is, it says in the previous notes, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm sure that's just a typo. Do they mean 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.?
Where are you seeing that, Laura?
On the previous notes, page 7, I was just reading through it because I just wanted to know if there's different lighting while it's open and when it's closed.
Are you talking about the notes from?
Yeah, the minutes.
From the minutes?
Oh, the minute.
Yeah, I had just noticed that on page 7, halfway down, it had said, Mr. Mortier added that peak
Oh.
traffic time for car dealerships was 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and I'm assuming that's incorrect.
Good catch. I'm assuming it must be 9 p.m.
9 p.m., sorry.
Okay.
It's talking about,
Okay, so 9 p.m., okay. So is there different lighting, and maybe you covered this the last time.
Oh, wait a
when
minute, no, wait a minute, Laura. They're talking about the peak
Yeah.
traffic time.
Yes.
It's not the hours of operation.
No, I know, I realize that. But I'm just trying to get a feel for the lighting at night. So when it closes at 9 o'clock or whenever the dealership closes, is there a different lighting structure that happens
So
in the parking lot?
our code requires security lighting from 1 hour after close of business to 1 hour prior to open of business. They have to drop it down. And they have indicated that they are able to meet our security lighting levels, which is, I believe, maximum of 3-foot candles. The fixtures all have dimmers, and I can let the applicant speak to that too if they want.
Yeah, you're correct, Tracy. All of the fixtures are individually controlled and dimmable.
Okay, that's all I had.
Okay, and just to clarify, there's nothing wrong with the minutes.
Correct.
Okay. Tim?
I have no input. Everything's been asked and answered that were on my notes. Thank you.
Tim, can you speak up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Barely.
Barely.
I have nothing to add.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Edwin?
The only thing I saw is that I wish they would have done a little bit more architecturally with the west elevation. In the drawing, they have vertical lines, but I think that's just drawing lines. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah, it'll be a subtle reveal that you'll see. It won't be, it's more prominent on the drawings than it will be in reality.
Is that depth variance there, or?
It's minimal. Like I said, in reality, depending on the sun angle, you might pick it up, but
Okay, so you did vary it a little bit.
yeah, we'll have some joints through there vertically, but it'll be pretty subtle joints.
All right.
I have no comments. I concur with the comments that have been made earlier. At this point in time, I'll open the floor to the public. Ma'am, is there something that you wanted to say?
My name is Mary Beck, and I'm at 5609 Woodhill Drive, right to the south of the facility. And I understand they're adjusting the height of the light closest to the community, but I still don't understand, from what I've heard, that we really need to exceed what's allowed by the existing code, that you can still see the cars, they're still lit up. I don't know why we need extra bright lighting to see the cars. I'm sure they look very pretty without extra lighting. So my request would be to keep to the standard for the commercial area of the facility being built. That's my request.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Does anybody want to address that?
Sure. Bill, maybe you have some more, a different perspective to offer as a facility operator, but it's, what we've designed is typical for car dealerships. I think staff pointed out that what we have is on par with what's on the other side of the tollway from this site is over at Bob Rohrman. Our foot candles are on par with what's been approved over there. I don't think it's excessive. I think it's typical for dealerships. Unlike a grocery store or another facility, our goods that are for sale are outdoors, so we need to be able to emphasize that product, and that's what's for sale here. And the lighting is a huge component of getting that done for us after hours.
Can you go back to the microphone, please? Can you explain what periods of time that the lighting is going to be greater than the code?
We have to meet code for nighttime, so it was an hour before close, whereas
No, it's an hour after close
Hour
to an
after close is
hour
where it would
prior
dim.
to open.
Okay. So the brightness is basically going to be before 10 p.m.?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Next round of questions from the members of the Planning and Zoning Board. Dave?
I'm good from my end. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Josh?
I'm good as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura?
No, nothing, thanks.
Tim?
Nothing.
Okay. Edwin?
No, nothing more for me.
We did not.
I'm sorry?
Were there
He
any
asked
more
if
comments
we-
from the public
Oh,
by
no,
email or
no.
any other means? Good point, thank you. And I have nothing additional, so at this point in time, a motion would be appropriate, and based on what I'm hearing in the discussion, I think we can handle it all in one motion. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, we need one. We need one for it is two because of the special use versus the variance. So one motion for the special use permits?
I can take it.
Okay, thanks, Josh.
Okay, you're welcome. Motion to forward a favorable recommendation on the petition of Anthony Buick GMC for a special use permit to allow exceptions from the following articles. Article 5.1 10.4.1 C2 District Design Standards, Article 8.2.29 Use Standards for Vehicle Dealerships, and Article 10.1.3 Exterior Lighting Standards, and Article 12 Landscaping and Screening, in substantial conformance with the plan submitted as part of the petition.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second.
Second by Mr. Paff. Roll call, please.
Val? Garrity?
Aye.
Nordentoff?
Aye.
Paff?
Aye.
Pasak?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Sula?
Aye, motion carries. Next motion would be regarding the variance to allow the foot candle levels.
I can take that one too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Motion to forward a favorable recommendation on the petition of Anthony Buick GMC for a variance to allow lighting levels interior to the site to exceed the allowed level in substantial conformance with the plan submitted in part of the petition, and on the condition that the photometric plan be running using a 1.0 LLF with no burn-in time.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll
I can second.
Okay, second by Ms. Riley. Could we have a roll call, please?
Val? Garrity?
Aye.
Nordentoff?
Aye.
Paff?
Aye.
Pasak?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Sula?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Appreciate your tolerance with the technical difficulties that we had, and good luck with your project. Thank you. We have a meeting on the calendar for January 20th. Do we anticipate having a meeting?
We don't have any public hearings at this time.
Okay. So just keep a placeholder in case some administrative thing comes up?
Yep.
Okay. There's nobody here from the public, so I'm not going to open the floor to the public. So a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Motion
So
to
moved.
adjourn.
I think I heard Mr. Garrity first, second by
Yeah.
Mr. Paff. A roll call, please.
Val? Garrity?
Aye.
Nordentoff?
Aye.
Paff?
Aye.
Pasak?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Sula?
Aye, motion carries. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.